5 Mortal Kombat lore. Renzo game. Starting where we left off. So with that being said, Renzo gang, let's dive on into it. I hope you guys have an amazing day today. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. If you got off early, like I did, and if you got off, had Friday off, good for you. I did too. And also, Renzo gang, it is WrestleMania weekend, so look out for my video talking about WrestleMania 41. Let's dive on into it. Continue where we left off. That is.
Ceremonial strike of revenge for my ancestor that you killed in Mortal Kombat so many years ago.
And do you wish to continue this battle?
No. I wish only to settle the differences between us.
Well, good thing you didn't screw up this treaty, asshole. But yes, Kung Lao is willing to let bygones be bygones, and so does Goro, it seems. Yeah, he's a good guy now, one willing to help Kitana take out Shao Kahn. But before the Edenian princess can commit to another war, she opens a portal to Earthrealm to see a special someone.
With Shinnok's destruction, you have not only saved the Earth, but you've also saved my own realm. As heir to the throne of my realm, I offer you the chance to rule at my side, as King of Edenia, forever.
I cannot accept your offer. I belong here on Earth as champion of Mortal Kombat.
I respect
Damn,
that.
Really, Liu Kang? This girl practically proposed to you and you rejected her. Bro! This is going to be a haunting last moment.
I would have rejected it too.
Because everything's going to change
why would I go there?
Forever.
Mortal Kombat Daily Alliance.
Okay, so Deadly Alliance begins with Quan Chi running for his life all day, every day, because he pissed off one angry scorpion.
If I can remember correctly, I think this is the one where Liu Kang died. If I can remember correctly.
Renzo is beating and tormenting the sorcerer day and night, keeping the guy so busy he can't just escape the Netherrealm like he used to. While evading Scorpion, Quan Chi runs into two Oni demons known as Moloch and Draman. The former, a big blue beast man who beats people up with a chain ball, the latter, a dirty rotting meatbag who's covered in flies. They've been stuck in the Netherrealm for centuries, so Quan Chi makes them a deal. Hey, if you keep Scorpion off of me and kick his ass, I'll get you guys out of here. The two agree, becoming Quan Chi's bodyguards. They also notice the shape of his amulet and tell him about a special dungeon that's existed since the creation of the realms. Sure enough, Quan Chi's amulet affects the place, creating an interdimensional portal into Outworld. The sorcerer immediately makes a break for it, leaving the two Oni behind. Which was not cool. They were really pissed off he broke his promise. But Quan Chi finds himself in a forgotten...
It's Quan Chi. What do you expect? He's going to break a promise. I mean, seriously, what do you expect? This is Quan Chi. You don't trust Quan Chi.
Tomb, one belonging to Onaga, the former ruler of Outworld. Onaga. See, when the Dragon King died, his army was entombed into many a sarcophagus. The idea being that one day Onaga would return, and when he does, his army would come back with him. Reading the ancient hieroglyphics, Quan Chi realizes that if this army was to come back to life, it would be invincible. He could easily use these warriors to conquer not just Earthrealm, but Outworld, the Netherrealm, you name it. Ultimate power would be his. The only problem is that the army is lacking souls, their spirits long departed to the afterlife. And despite being a sorcerer, Quan Chi's not exactly skilled at manipulating spirits. But he does know somebody who is. Shang Tsung. Ever since MK3, the shapeshifter has just been chilling in Outworld waiting for Shao Kahn to recover.
Yep,
and
most
then
likely.
Quan Chi shows up on his doorstep. He tells him about the army and how he needs his help to transplant souls into the mummified soldiers. But this is a true offer of partnership. In exchange for his help, not only will Shang Tsung have co-leadership,
Yeah,
but
this
he'll
is the one
also
that
have
killed Liu
access
Kang.
to an unlimited supply of souls.
That is the one that killed
With
Liu Kang.
Shinnok's amulet, Quan
Well,
Chi
Shang
would open a
Tsung
gateway
does.
to the heavens where the spirits are infinite. Shang Tsung would never go hungry again, the afterlife his greatest buffet. Ever the schemer and always looking for ultimate power, Shang Tsung agrees to this team-up. And so the two go forward, becoming one hell of a deadly alliance.
Literally.
Now, if this plan is going to succeed,
Literally.
they'll need henchmen. And so Shang Tsung takes Quan Chi to meet up with Shao Kahn. They pay their respects, and then...
In a false show of allegiance, they sprung their attack.
Yeah, they kill Shao Kahn. The Emperor is finally dead, and now all of his troops answer to the Deadly Alliance. Kano happened to see the whole thing, and well, he's not exactly keen on saying no to them. They got some muscle to enforce their will, but there's still another important thing that needs to be done. They have to eliminate the one guy who's been single-handedly saving Earthrealm time and time again. Liu Kang is meditating in the Wuxi Academy when...
And the crazy thing is, a lot of people especially people that I grew up with, like my family members, Deadly Alliance has always been their favorite Mortal Kombat. That or Deception.
Shang Tsung makes his presence known. At first, the sorcerer is once again getting his ass kicked. But hey, he didn't come alone.
With Quan Chi's assistance,
Oh my goodness, I hate this part.
Liu Kang is dead.
God damn, how's that for a shakeup?
I hate that
the
part of
Deadly
Mortal Kombat,
Alliance managed
man.
to kill the Mortal Kombat champion, Shang Tsung even stealing his soul to enhance his power. As an elder god, Raiden sees the whole thing and is definitely not happy. The sorcerers return to Outworld and then get to work by attacking the village of Sun Do. The innocent townsfolk are unable to fight off Kano, Baraka, and the Tarkatans, and so they are enslaved and put to work building the Deadly Alliance's new palace. This place is built upon the very portal to the heavens Quan Chi brought up before. But one villager can't stand what these monsters have done, and so she rebels and actually attacks Kano. This woman's name is Li Mei. She gets surrounded and can't finish the job, but Quan Chi is so amused by her fighting prowess that he decides to make her an offer. Tell you what, we're holding a fighting tournament. If you win, we'll let the entire village of Sun Do go. No strings attached. But if you lose, your soul is ours. I mean, any chance is better than no chance, so Li Mei reluctantly agrees. One more step that needs to be taken is to limit the Forces of Light's method
Why I
of
keep showing Mortal
transportation.
Kombat versus
For this,
DC?
they approach a secretive criminal organization that has existed for centuries, the Red Dragon. And if that sounds awfully similar to the Black Dragon, that is no coincidence. It turns out that many years ago, a whole bunch of members got sick of the Red Dragon's rules and restraints and said, fuck this noise, we're gonna start our own clan. One with blackjack and hookers. This is how the Black Dragon came to be. It's like in wrestling how there was the original NWO and then there was the Wolf Pack. Anywho, the Deadly Alliance approach Movado, a member of the Red Dragon, and ask him to sabotage the Special Forces Outer World Investigation Agency. See, like Hydra, they infiltrated the military a long time ago and can destroy all of their portal technology. If they do this, they will be spared from the coming invasion. Movado agrees, and he orders his inside mole, Su Hao, to plant a bomb in the Special Forces facility. Su Hao is a Mongolian wrestler whose pierced heart has been repaired through cybernetics. He plants the explosive but could not do so without earning the attention of Jax. He escapes, the bomb goes off, and Major Briggs vows revenge on the Mongolian traitor. This is bad timing to lose access to the portals, as two of their members are now stranded in Outworld. First up was Cyrax. Now a member of the Special Forces, he became a scout who reports what the other realms are up to. In Outworld, he gets ambushed by Reptile, who damages his teleportation module with acid, meaning he can't get home. So Sonya decides to send their newest agent to rescue him, a blind swordsman named Kenshi Takahashi. Years ago, this Japanese warrior was challenging others to sword fights when he happened to catch the attention of Shang Tsung. See, Kenshi descends from a long line of warrior kings whose souls reside inside a tomb known as the House of Pikara. Since he shares their blood, he's the only one who can open the well inside. The sorcerer convinces him to do so, only for the guy to get horribly blinded. Shang Tsung sucks up all of the warrior souls for himself, leaving Kenshi to his miserable fate. But as it turns out, this tomb didn't just have spirits inside, it also contained a special sword known as Sento. By grabbing this weapon, all of Kenshi's senses are extremely heightened, giving him the ability to see every sound and spirit around him. He finds he can also reach out and move things with telekinesis. He goes on a revenge quest to search for Shang Tsung, but ultimately finds nothing because the guy lives in Outworld. When the Special Forces develop portal technology, Kenshi offers his services and joins their crew. While in Outworld, he manages to run into Ermac.
Fellow telekinetic.
It is spirit energy.
Show me.
And because he can sense all of the individual spirits residing inside,
I wish I really want to learn how to use
Shao
a sword.
Kahn's hold. Ermac is their own person again, able to live however they want. Kenshi even trains with the Red Ninja, further developing his own skills. Eventually, he gets a mission to search for the missing Cyrax,
I didn't know that.
but wouldn't you know it, Suhao destroys the base, leaving Kenshi completely stranded in Outworld. And Shang Tsung is all too aware of Kenshi's presence, so he instructs Mavado to eliminate the blind swordsman. In return, the sorcerer promises to hand over Kano, the only black dragon left. See, Mavado's been hunting their entire crew. In fact, the reason he fights with hook swords is because he actually fatally wounded Cabal and took his weapons. Getting Kano would mean finally ending
Interesting. I didn't know
this group
that.
of traitors once and for all. This storyline is very interconnected because now I have to explain why Reptile attacked Cyrax. There is this new character, a vampire named Nitara. Now, she's jealous that Edenia managed to separate from Outworld and wants the same thing for her home realm of Veternus. Unfortunately, it is bound to this place by a special orb that resides inside of a volcano inhabited by the cult of the Dragon King. These guys spend all day worshipping a giant dragon egg, which they believe Onaga will one day return from. In order to protect this baby, they stumbled upon a fire elemental known as Blaze, confronted him on a bridge, and then defeated and captured the guy. Using magic, they completely brainwashed the fire elemental to be the egg's bodyguard. Where did Blaze come from? Don't worry, we'll get to that later. For now, the orb keeping Veternus stuck in Outworld is inside the boiling hot magma of this volcano, and only one person could possibly retrieve it. The man made of metal. Nitara needs Cyrax's help, but has to do a little manipulation in order to get it. So she noticed Reptile, the despondent lizard,
Everybody
who now
manipulating
finds himself
everybody
without
on
a
this
master.
game.
Shinnok's gone, Shao Kahn's dead, the guy has no one to answer to anymore. And since mindless obedience is the only thing this guy ever knew, he's more than willing to listen to Nitara when she asks him to help her. She tells him to damage Cyrax's portal device, and Reptile does so. Afterwards, Nitara corners Cyrax and tells him that she can get him into Earthrealm through her special necklace, one that has the ability to travel between worlds. But only if he retrieves the orb for her. With no other options, the two head towards the volcano, with Reptile secretly following behind. Anywho, the Deadly Alliance complete their palace, they start killing people and sending their souls into the Dragon King's army. And Raiden gets really fed up. These fuckers have opened a portal to heaven and are stealing spirits to feed on them, and the Elder Gods are just like, we don't need to interfere, someone will figure it out. Good lord, these people are useless. So
They
Raiden
really
goes,
are.
Screw you
I really
guys,
cannot
I
stand
relinquish
them.
my post, I'm gonna be protector of Earthrealm again. And Fujin, I don't know what happens to him, he just disappears after this. I mean, the dude got Jay Leno'd, I don't really blame him.
I have relinquished my status as Elder God to return to Earth and lead you all to battle against our old adversaries. We must act now. We must
wonder why they didn't
stop
use a lot of
this
food.
deadly alliance.
Kung Lao lost his best friend and now wants revenge. In order to prepare for the battle ahead, he once again trains with Bo Rai Cho to learn some of the flying kicks Liu Kang used to win the tournament. And the master? He decides that training isn't enough this time. They killed his best student, and now they need to face the consequences. Bo' Rai Cho enters the fray for the first time. Sub-Zero doesn't normally pal around with the good guys, but ever since he reformed the Lin Kuei, Raiden saw the clan for the useful protectors that they are. He not only brings his own strength, but that of his new apprentice. Enter Frost, a female warrior who single-handedly defeated every other student, earning the attention of the Grand Master. Like Sub-Zero, she is a cryomancer, one with a rather inflated ego. She's arrogant, she doesn't give respect. Kuai Liang doesn't approve of her attitude, but thinks she can grow out of it. That's why he brings her along, to put her in real battles that will help gain perspective and enlightenment. It should also be mentioned that Deadly Alliance was also on the Game Boy Advance in the form of Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition. This basically followed the same plot, but included 3 new characters. One of which is Serena, the girl from Mortal Kombat Mythologies. After being blasted by Shinnok, the girl reverted back to her demon form and just hung around doing nothing of note. But then one day, she discovered a secret portal to Outworld. She enters it and finds that simply being in the aura of the living world restores her human appearance. Well, that's something. She also manages to stumble upon Sub-Zero of all people, who has heard about this girl from his brother Bi-Han. Since he knows that she helped him out against Quan Chi, he gladly recruits her into the Lin Kuei. Well, ain't that nice?
Interesting.
Another character in Tournament Edition is Sector. Ever since losing his clan to Sub-Zero, the cyborg has decided to form the Takunin, a Japanese clan made up entirely of remorseless robots. Their plan is to, you guessed it, take over the world. And finally, the last thing I want to talk about regarding the lore is Kitana and her war with Shao Kahn. Even though she managed to unite the Centaurs and Shokan, Kano still proved to be a rather formidable enemy. Goro led the charge in the battle against him, but the numbers game was too high. And worst of all, Quan Chi instructed Noob Saibot to enter the fray and take out the 4-armed warrior. The Shadow Ninja accomplishes his goal. Noob kills Goro. This is all...
Bruh, how many Mortal Kombat games has Goro died in? Goodness gracious.
Already a devastating loss when Kitana hears the news about Liu Kang as well. If the Shaolin had accepted her offer earlier, he might still be alive. Anyway, she joins the Forces of Light to take out the Deadly Alliance. But that's all the backstory. Now it's time to find out what exactly happened in this game. Well, a lot of bad things, as it turns out. Frost gets tired of Sub-Zero's sanctimonious attitude and attacks him before he can meet up with the other heroes. She manages to wrestle the Dragon Medallion from his grasp, but finds out that its power is far too much for her. Frost is frozen solid. The Grandmaster has no choice but to turn back, taking his apprentice back to the Lin Kuei Temple. Mavado manages to find his target Kenshi, and he is successful in defeating the guy. He mortally wounds Mr. Takahashi, leaving him to bleed out. It's only thanks to Sub-Zero stumbling upon his body that the guy manages to survive. As reward for eliminating their enemy, the Deadly Alliance lure Kano into Mavado's trap. The 2 dragons battle it out with Mavado coming out on top. He beats the Australian thug and takes him to see his master. Meanwhile, Scorpion is still super pissed at Quan Chi and eventually learns of the Deadly Alliance's plan in Outworld. He proceeds to enter their palace from the basement, not realizing that Shang Tsung has placed some dangerous enemies there. You see, the shapeshifter never planned on sharing his power with Quan Chi. He always planned on backstabbing the guy when their plan succeeded.
Of course.
So, when 2 dangerous Oni with chips on their shoulders manage to pop up in the Dragon King's tomb, Shang decides to place them in the dungeons for safekeeping. That's right, Scorpion runs into Moloch and Draman. And as badass as Hanzo is, it's still a 2-on-1 encounter. He gets overwhelmed and falls in battle.
I don't like that.
Since they can't feed on an undead specter, Moloch and Draman decide to get rid of the guy the best way they know how. By chucking his ass into the palace's Solnado. The overwhelming purity is too much for the Hellspawn, and his body is ripped to pieces. Jesus Christ. Another warrior in yellow, however, is protected from such a horrible fate, because Cyrax does manage to enter the hot magma of the Outworld volcano and does manage to find Nitara's orb. She is a vampire of her word, and she does bring the cyborg back to Earthrealm as promised. Shattering the orb, Natara gets everything she wanted. Viternus is no longer bound to Outworld and has independence once again. The vampire warps back home at long last. In this whole entire time, Reptile has been following the two, wondering...
All right, Renzo gang, we're going to stop it right there. This is part 5. Woo. We still got a long way to go with this video. So if you guys want, comment down below if you want me to do a little more than 20 minutes so we can try to get this video done. But Mortal Kombat, there's a lot that I did not know in this. Like I said, I was more into Tekken than Mortal Kombat, so there's a lot of Mortal Kombat that I didn't know. And I think we got to get to Deception, and then I think it's Armageddon. I don't know the order on Mortal Kombat like I know Tekken, so I could be wrong. So that being said, Renzo gang, I love y'all. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to this channel and this video. Let's get them views up. Let's get them likes up so you can get more videos like these, Renzo gang. Because I'm giving y'all what y'all want. So with that being said, Renzo gang, I love y'all. You feel me? Peace out.